Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of our 4th Age Rohan No Deaths run, where the goal is to try to win the campaign while preserving all factions still on the map. We are now defending against a large stack of North Rune right outside their settlement of Garth, which is appearing behind us. The settlement itself only has a tiny garrison, and the main enemy is going to appear up here, and we don't have a lot of room. So this is not really ideal for the army that we have. You'll notice we've got a decent amount of skirmish-type troops. We've got a couple of these slingers. We've got a few archers on foot here, mercenary types. And we do have these Dorwinion rangers, which are also pretty nice. Thinking maybe I'll have them over here. And maybe I'll put the kind of heavy cav next to them, along with our general here. We get some riders of the mark to accompany him, so they're going to be a pretty heavy impact unit. Maybe I'll back them up with some mercenary lancers. There's not a lot to go around there. And then we do have a bunch of other horse archers and some light lancers of our own. And that's everybody. So we'll just see what this looks like. Yeah, I think I made a mistake in splitting up, but we didn't have a lot of options necessarily. We don't have a kind of a really good rush army. And they're led by a commander here, a family member in this chieftain's guard. So we'll have to focus on taking him out rather than sort of take kills where we can. I say that because when there's a family member leading the army, they're typically much stronger in terms of morale. And so we've got some light cav over here, some axemen, and just another unit of the mountain raiders and another unit of axemen. Everything else is like slingers, skirmishers, or the mountain warband. We will have our hands full for sure. Down the hill, we've got the single unit of bodyguard here. This is, I think it's the king, actually, the high chieftain of North Rune. So I'm a little hesitant, as you can tell, to bring in my cav, but actually I think we should probably plan to get them in the fight pretty soon. And then we'll bring in these guys. We're already shooting with our slings and our archers. So we'll see what the enemy's going to do. If they bring all of our cav over here, we'll definitely rush forward with our own. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull right in here. Hopefully we can get a nice route going. They've got some mountain warband. The axemen I'm not too worried about. Alright, we're going to get a decent charge over here. These are horse archers. These lancers we're going to have to I'll be a little careful with, I guess. Okay, we got a nice quick route going over here. Let's pull through. And actually, we're going to pull in to go right for the enemy general. Here we go. We got a nice route. Let's pull on through. Let's get him caught. And he's going to pull away. You know, I'm not honestly too concerned about getting the settlement like I normally am with this type of fight. I just want to make sure that we can do some damage to this big army. And they're just pulling away like a bunch of cowards. Alright, maybe we'll let them go, and then we'll use all of our light cav lancers to just deal damage. These guys are going to also skirmish away from these mountain warband, and even if they catch up, I'm not too concerned. Let's see. We're doing just fine over here. Let's keep our cavalry up in one nice blob. And is that general off the field? No, he's not. Alright, let's get all of them back after the enemy general then. And he's still coming up the hill. You know, I'll take the city if I can get it, I guess. But I don't feel like it's necessary. Main thing is to get rid of a bunch of this army. Not because it's too terribly threatening, but because there's a lot of it. Alright, we're routing them. Good, that general goes down. This guy may decide to turn around. You know, if I really want to, I could probably swarm him with my light cav, my horse archers, and do a decent amount of damage. Alright, we do have some work to do here with these guys. Let's see, can we get them to rout? Mountain Warband wavering. We'll probably get them to turn and rout. These guys as well. Yeah. I think we'll rout the Axemen. These slingers are being stubborn. Yeah, these guys may have given up. Okay. I think we're in a pretty good position here. We'll have to see how many casualties we took. But let's just chase down all of them. And you know, now that he's shaken and running away, I think we'll charge in with our Rovanian Ranger mercenaries. These guys have axes? Yeah. And they're a pretty good unit in melee. They're, of course, really useful for those javelins. Alright, he's not running away. What do we have here? Some axemen who are war crying. Let's charge them in. It's, okay, good. We got a nice rout. Took a few losses on the charge with our light lancers, as you do. We must be getting close to the end here. The Chieftain's Guard, what are you doing? He's probably going to go after my ranged units, which is just annoying. I mean, if you would withdraw to the city, I would even be okay with that. I don't necessarily want Garth, because I don't want to reduce North Rune to just a single settlement. I would like them to have at least a couple. That'll make me feel a bit better. If they have only one city, then it might be very easy for them to be pushed into a horde situation, and then there's very little I can do with them. Unfortunately, you cannot gift territory to a horde. I don't believe that's possible. Alright, actually, do we want to just end the battle here and let him get back to the city? Yeah, let's do that. We're going to end the battle. He's going to get back to the settlement. We won't have to gift it back to them. And now we've really hurt them. And, you know, that'll actually help their economy a little bit. Although the units they brought here were not very expensive. But still, I just like this situation a lot better, where they've got two settlements now. I don't have to worry about Rune right here. Rune is already on my border, the much larger chiefdom of Rune. And, of course, they are trying to take Nareg-Zagil, and they're expanding into Rovanion. So I don't want to strengthen them by potentially allowing them to walk in to take Garth. So I think what I will do then is pull back these units, because I can retrain a lot of these guys in Belligant. And now there's not such a big threat coming immediately from North Rune. So I think that was pretty successful. Yeah, we'll just pull away, and no ambushes in place. So we'll get these guys sorted out, and then figure out what our next moves are going to be. So we've got everybody sorted in Belligant. We are retraining all of these light cav and some of the archers as well. Again, showing how quite good the mercenary situation is around this area. You can pick up the slingers in North Rune. You can pick up these light cav and archers right here. So, and you can retrain the latter of those easily at Belligant. So we're in a pretty stable position here, I think, as long as we can hold on to it. Down near our border with Dunland, though, we do have a bit of work to do here. We've got a fortification under siege, outpost of Dorwinion, and we've got our rams and towers and everything. There's going to be a reinforcing army showing up, which could be fairly entertaining. So I'd like to take the opportunity to deal with the fort, as well as wipe out this field army, and then we can sort of control the passes a little bit better along the upper stretches of the Eisen. And kind of a nice view over here, just to the east, slightly to the northeast of the outpost of Dorwinion. Again, this fortification is not meant to represent Isengard or Orthanc. Those would be further along up the hill there, or more specifically over in this valley. We might even be able to get a glimpse of the tower itself off in the distance. You can, from certain angles on certain battle maps, you can see the tall black tower of Orthanc. We're just a bit obscured by the hills. But to the south, we can see the, what is it, the Hornburg over there? And the White Mountains. And you can see just a little bit of the river of Eisen, I believe, from some angles. Yeah, stretching down there. So here's the road. The reinforcing army is going to come from somewhere down there, I think. With any luck, they'll be coming from the downhill slope. So we may as well just take all of our cavalry and bring them far over here, because I don't think they have any strong cav units that we have to be too concerned about. We'll take our bodyguard as well. We've got some Rohan spears. We've got some riders of the King's House. And then we've got the Rohan riders that are going to be doing a lot of the work. And then all of these guys will just be ready for the fortification itself. There's not too much to tell about this this fort situation. We can set up... Actually, you know what? We can set them all up on this hill, because there's a pretty nice, pretty open wall right here. Get the Meduseld guard on this ram or tower. We may change that, actually. Because we really, well, let's just get rid of these guys, and these, we only need the one, I think, because there's not much inside the settlement. And yeah, I don't want to lead with the Meduseld guard. I mean, they're a great unit, but that's kind of why we want to keep them. I think I will lead with archers, actually. We'll get the other archers pretty much right behind them here, with the idea of going up over the walls. And yeah, let's go in. So inside the fort, they only have some axes. So we'll be able to capture the walls, capture the towers, and shoot down into them. And oh yeah, they're coming from way downhill. So I think we can actually turn all of our archers around to face that, a relieving army. And these guys will also bring around to kind of back them. I guess we want to make sure that we're well away from the towers just in case. Speed this up a bit. Alright, we've got the towers at the wall, climbing up the towers at the moment. Some horsemen down here, but we are shooting at them with our bowmen, and so we'll get our cav right around, swinging, ready to swing in and hit them if they try to charge those arrows. But we've also got some infantry behind, so they'll run into our infantry regardless. And I don't think they're going to survive much. Like a lot of Dunland's units, these guys are very light and pretty susceptible to arrow fire. They don't have much of a shield. So I imagine we'll rout them pretty quickly. And then we do have to keep an eye on all of these guys, because the infantry types, with all of their ranged options... Yeah, there's the captain. These guys are, in a lot of ways, the larger threat, unless they have a lot of those cavalry. Because those light cav with javelins and spears can be bad news if there are a lot of them. And again, everything here is the tier 1 or tier 2 type units. Spearmen, axemen. I think we'll just go ahead and charge in. Now, these are ranged units, so we probably won't see them lower their lances. Yeah, that was not a great charge, but it did the job. We'll pull them out because they're going to be getting shot at here. These other axemen are reloading, and they're taking some losses from that. Don't have any bowmen, I think, so we don't have to worry about the long-range stuff. Alright, let's hit this unit of axemen. Some javelins left, and they're already utterly tired. Alright, another nice rout. Let's pull them back for another charge. And, you know, we're taking some losses here, but it's not too... Well, okay, that is kind of a lot, isn't it? A lot of horse bodies there. And the problem is, you know, charging them in before they've used up all of their ammunition, because they're going to want to throw while they still can. It's the spearmen that I'm most worried about, because there's just a lot of them.
Great God!
And of course, they're pretty good at dealing with calves, so. Looks like just 2 units, though. Starting to capture some towers over here. We've got the gateway in a moment. I want to get to about over here, then we'll start shooting in the back of these Dunlandish axemen. Although they will potentially be shooting up at us with their javelins. Yeah, these guys are just not going to do very well. Yep, we're taking some javelin fire, it looks like. Well, it's nice to see them fighting back, I guess. And this one unit has really been shielded by the other one, which is completely broken now, but I don't think they're going to stand up to our arrow fire. We do have some javelins with some of these cav, and so yeah, they're going to rout. Alright, so all that remains to do now is to shoot every last one of these axemen. And we may need to bring up some other units to deal with it, actually. Let's get these other archers going, just in case we don't have enough men to deal with this. Oh my gosh, we definitely have enough men to deal with this. They're down to... yeah, 8 already, so yep. Not the best day for Dunland, this fort defense, but then again, they rarely are. And we did quite well there. Lost more cavalry than I would have liked. Those riders of Rohan are kind of tricky to use with the javelins and sort of timing when you can use them. I guess the thing that I should have done is taken them off fire at will, waited for them to finish their throwing animations, and then sent them in for the charge. Alright, but now we've got the fort. I think, well, we've got a big army here, but maybe we'll be able to hold it. We do have a bunch of reinforcements here, and here, and here. So we've got a lot of units that we can send wherever we may think we need them. Having the fort, of course, means that we can't rely on the bridge that we just had a very successful battle near, but we do want to make sure that Dunland doesn't just continue to throw units at us. So they're going to need to take back Dunkreok. I don't feel the need, because of that, I don't feel the need to pursue this army and destroy it immediately. I can kind of wait until they take Dunkreok back from the rebels. They're going to lose some men doing that. I'll have some men, brought back. We'll get some retraining done. I'm just going to send this guy over into the west just to mess them up. We'll see what they do. And speaking of sending guys into the west, we'll take our scout down here. Lymphalis is one of the pretty low-tier settlements, I would say. Very, very low population, low development level, but Dunland is already in here building their homeland dominion and building control posts and stuff. So they will be able to use this to train some things. But again, if we can deny them Dunkreok and take Dunhold for ourselves, probably this as well, then we will basically have denied them the best production in their realm. So after remerging, combining with some reinforcing guys, and sending back some men to Edoras for retraining, we've got about a stack. We've got some mercenaries left behind to garrison the outpost. We'll go ahead and lower the taxes first. Now, we can build stuff here. I think we're going to need to get rid of this brawling ring, and then we'll be able to build our own garrison farming. This is going to just add a little bit of growth to the province. And then eventually we'll be able to train some of our tier 1 units. I think that'll be... I think it'll be levies of Rohan, but maybe it'll be Dunlandings, like the low-tier type guys we can recruit as mercs. So that'll be nice to get just a little bit of training out of here. But more importantly, this is really helping our trade income. Just having this province, look at all the trade going from the Hornburg. Just look at all those little carts going. So that's just great stuff. We'll, of course, want to guard this. And I'm thinking I want to keep the fort here. I think it really just messes up the AI in terms of where they can go. So it's a good place to have. We will, I think, keep this army right here, and we'll be ready to move wherever we need to go, essentially. Now, we did get a wonder as a result, the Treegarth of Orthanc. And so this is, of course, this is Orthanc, but surrounded by the trees that the Ents and the Warrens sort of left, I guess, guarding it in place of the wall. So that's another nice bonus for us. In terms of other stuff, we are training here, so we're still continuing along that. But these are the men from the battle we just fought, so we'll get them all nice and retrained. And then we've moved, let's see, we've moved our army north, our southern army. We're continuing to send them back here for retraining. Although it occurs to me that we are being slowed down by these infantry types. So if we didn't have them, we'd be moving a little faster. I don't want to leave them behind though, because I don't feel like I have a safe place to leave them. We do have friendly territory around here, but I'm a little concerned that even though we're allied with the Reunited Kingdom, the presence of just a few, like literally 3 infantry units on their territory, they may see that as a threat. So we'll keep the entire army together, bring them back up to supply with some of our higher tier stuff, and then send them back south again. In the south, we're seeing some good stuff happening, I think. We're seeing some large-ish armies of Far Harad moving west towards Caranbad. Harad shows no interest in attacking these 2 settlements from what I can tell, although this army is kind of pointed in that direction. But Harad is holding on around so we do want to get the army back there in a little while. Meantime, let's see what the end of the season brings. And we're attacked by a host of Dunlandings. Well, that doesn't surprise me. We've got, the ruler here. Baeld of Dunland is attacking our mercenary army with a bunch of horsemen. I'm just going to auto-resolve this. We're going to be defeated. We're going to withdraw. I'm surprised we actually retained that army. Okay, interesting. So they're besieging us at the fort as well as besieging Dunkreoch. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, this is the bigger army, but it's not too bad. Some of these hillmen, a couple of units of cav, some archers, so we will have to watch out for long-range stuff, but we could probably deal with this, and it looks like they're standing on a road, so the terrain might not be so terrible. Let's take a look at our news first. Yeah, Harondor attacks Harad again. And, oh, look at that! Okay, so they come out swinging. Yeah, Harondor I think will be fine. Because there were, like 3 or 4 armies of Harad just last turn. And now we've got one here, but it looks like it's aimed up at I think they're going to be okay. Now, maybe there's another battle that occurred here between Harad and Far Harad, because they are at war as well. But I think Harondor is going to be putting up the pressure. We may need to save Harad from the other Southrons. All right, but we're almost home, guys. Just a little bit further. Other news, we did a bunch of retraining at Edoras and Belagant as well. And we've got our control posts at Belagant, meaning we can finally do some actual training here. Some Ravanian Forester levies a great garrison unit, 80 men, only 110 upkeep. And we've got, well, we don't have a lot of population, so we won't be training too many, but we will train some of them. Our finances are doing okay, 7,000, so I guess we could just go right up to the next level. That'll give us light cav, local light cav, attack 3, charge 16, defense 11, versus our spears, who have lower stats all around, 2, 15, and 9. Let's see if there might be any other differences here. Nope, they're identical in terms of abilities at a glance. So yeah, the Rovanian scout levies are, well, okay, actually there is one flaw with the Rovanian scout levies, and that is the manpower, the size. 48 men. Our Rohan spears have 64. So though the upkeep is higher, that is something to keep in mind, because these guys really do depend on numbers to a great degree. But okay, we also get Rohan, Rohan levies, which I probably won't be training very much when you can train the foresters. So yeah, I think I will go ahead with the mustering fields there. We want to turn this into a training center for sure. And we lost Dunn here at the Hornburg, which is a very sad day. Fortunately, he got underway on a major province, and that is an incredible thing to have in the Hornburg, because it means it's the highest tier development. And it means that we'll be able to get all the way up to like our highest military stuff, our highest industry buildings, and city development. So we'll have to make a decision about which way we want to go with Hornburg. And I think I already know what that is. So our new heir, he was the heir, is this guy, Geralf of the West Emnet. And he is an Eorling of the House of Erkenbrand. You know, if I want to roleplay a little bit, I may consider changing that up. I mean, Eorlings are good, but we want to have someone from a different house, right? Who is the current king? Let's see if we can find that guy. All right, Baldur King. He's over in Belagant. House of Eorl, right. And this guy, is he House of Eorl? I think he should be. Yeah, we should probably make him the heir. All right. Where is he, though? Oh, yeah, he's his son. Oh, for sure. We're gonna make you the heir. You know, I don't think I've ever really bothered to do this. Yeah, and Geralf of Westemnet is getting old, I'm noticing. So we'll make you the heir. You were just the regent while this guy was coming of age, because I think you are fairly young. Okay, he's mature. He's in the prime of his years, but that may have just happened. So probably before he matured, Geralf took up the regency, or however you would say that for an heir. But we don't need him doing that anymore. We may actually swap him out before we send him back south again. Okay, so I think we want to do one more battle, right? We can do this. Let's see. Biddy of Eastern Enedwaith with almost 1,300 men. 41 here. Again, this is an infantry unit, so it's going to be larger numbers than you expect. But it looks very scary seeing a family member with a large number of men accompanying his bodyguard. And so we're going to have to do a lot of skirmishing with this army. Let's do it. All right, we've got a lot of archers to skirmish with, so that's really good. We'll also get our Shields of the Mark shooting at the nearest enemy. We'll get our Meduseld Guard in a shield wall, which always seems a little weird when you're dealing with only like 2 or 3 infantry guys, but it does improve their stats, I believe. And do we have any horse archers? No, we don't. So let's get these guys together so I don't have to worry about who's on what. All right, you'll be right here, and yeah, we'll keep you on skirmish for now. And all we've got in terms of other stuff is this light charging cav. We'll group them as well, and we'll keep the bodyguard out of it for the moment. We're going to do a lot of work with our infantry here. So we'll run them up. We don't have any horse archers, which would be really nice. Looks like they're leading with their skirmishers, although they are reconfiguring at the moment. Some pikes here, too. Okay, got the archers in the back. That'll probably change. Alright, but we've got our infantry in place and actually hiding in the tall grass, which is very nice. Horsemen are charging, moving in, but we do have our own infantry guys, and we should be able to shoot them down pretty effectively. Yeah, they're out of javelin range. So horses are going to be gone. And then the spearmen are going to come in. So let's see. We'll just be ready with our cav. Archers are going to start switching over to the tribal spearmen pretty quick. And the bodyguard is charging in like a berserker here. All right, they're going to start throwing javelins. Let's get these guys down. We've got javelins as well. See how much damage we're going to take in our bowmen. Actually, they're not doing much at all. Let's take them off skirmish for the moment. All right, so we're going to eliminate this unit as well as the horsemen, and maybe even get a few shots in on the guards. All right, we do have to worry about the bowmen hitting us. Let's pull them back then. I think these guys are going to be okay. I kind of want... Yeah, you guys can actually be on skirmish now that I think about it. I want them to be able to hit these guys with javelins. We're doing some damage. Nice. I think the banner bearer went down. There's the bodyguard right here. Getting absolutely pummeled by javelins and arrows. Oh, yeah. I think this stack is not long for the world. did get a few casts in with the spears, but all right, only 4 men. I think they're going to make it back to the lines, though. Oh no, just barely got him. Okay, so there's the bodyguard down. They do have another unit of cav. I didn't notice that. And these bowmen are going to make things a little difficult. But what we'll do is bring up our own infantry guys. You get out of there. We'll group you all up. And we want to get close enough to start pulling them towards us. Actually, I do want to keep my bodyguard out of it. All right, they're doing a very wide, odd-looking line-type formation. Sometimes the AI is like very aggressive, and sometimes they're just not. And I don't know what it is. It might be all of my archers. I might just have so many bowmen that they don't quite know what to do. But we are shooting with the front line, so that's going to pull them out. At least part of them. And then we've got the back line that's going to start shooting as well. So we may see them commit here. These huntsmen, bowmen, huntsmen. Alright, so if they do commit, we're going to start sending our cav in to the right. Huntsmen are actually charging in, so yeah, let's do it. I'd like to get the bowmen. Should be able to wipe these guys. Yep. Alright, but let's pull this way now because they've got tribal spearmen, which we don't want to deal with. And they're kind of pulling back. They don't want to engage in terms of melee. All right, those spearmen are routing. Fantastic. Those hillmen are broken. Okay, tribal spearmen here. This, I don't know. Will we be able to do it? Can we break them? Broke some stuff. Yeah, okay. This is just the last dregs of the Chieftain's Guardsman unit. All right, so we gotta bring the cav around, and let's bring these guys. Not you. No, not you. Okay, we are getting some routers. Our general is in melee. Oh yeah. Let's follow up. The horsemen are going to get away, but everybody else will not. Although these huntsmen, I mean, some of these Dunland units, light infantry, are really fast. Yeah, the bowmen are now routing, and what is this? Just the skirmishers. Nice work. We lost a unit of bowmen, but we had a bunch. I think they got pulled into the melee, and I just never pulled them back out. So they threw themselves in and got in over their head. All right, but we will clean this up and then see you back on the campaign map. All right, not bad. We completely routed the enemy here, and we have secured the area. Now, I'm going to pull back out, and maybe I should move this fort, I'm thinking, because as long as it's here, they may not feel strong enough to besiege Dunkreok, but you know what? I don't really care. It would be great to see them assault and like lose this army, or assault and severely bleed this army out so I can easily take it again. But if they decide to besiege besiege this fort, then I will just turn around and hit them again. So I'm not too concerned. And in the Hornburg, I've got a bunch of archers, 4 archers and a unit of axes of the mark. I'm thinking I'm going to move the axemen up to fill in here. And the bowmen we're actually going to send maybe over into the south. Because it is nice to have some infantry archers when you're dealing with Haradrim. So we'll move them down, and then we're going to see how to configure this army when we send it out. Maybe it'll be 2 armies. I'm not really sure. And, you know, maybe I'll try some diplomacy with North Rune, see if they feel like a ceasefire. One way you can do it is just by asking for a ceasefire. The other way is just by offering map information and leaving the demand side blank and see if they come back. And so they actually are interested in paying us a bit of money for map info. You know, I might say, okay, I'll give you map info, you give me a bit of cash and a ceasefire, and then, yeah, they're going to say no. But that's, you know, one way to sort of see what the AI is interested in. In this case, now at least I know that they're interested in our map, for whatever that's worth. It's probably because our map is pretty amazing. We've got a lot of line of sight thanks to our alliances and exploration, so it's probably pretty valuable to them. Okay, interesting. So at the start of our next turn here, we've found Dunland has decided to attack Tharbad just kind of randomly. I wonder why that is. You know, I wonder if we share a border technically with Dunland, because we've got this river here. I don't know that that counts as a border, and we don't border them anymore in terms of any other place. So maybe Dunland is kind of thinking, you know what, we don't share a border with any other enemy, let's go make trouble for someone else. So now we got to start wondering about preserving Dunland, because Tharbad is looking pretty scary, to be honest. They have just taken Western Rudar. You can ignore the settlement model here, because what counts is the ground. Western Rudar. So this settlement Tardal is actually in the hands of Tharbad. They got 3 units there, but they got a couple of other stacks in the region. And geez, let's see who they're at war with. It's a Dunabar and now Dunland. They're allied with the Reunited Kingdom, but that may change. So we do need to get some armies up here. Well, let's see. If we can try some diplomacy with Dunland. I don't know if I have any emissaries in the region, unfortunately. Let's take a look at our agents. Central Dorwinion, Lower Dunland. Where are you? Oh, that's right. You're a scout. Northern Highlands, Herodwaith, Eastern Wildlands, Upper Herodwaith, Dunfrecka. Dunfrecka. Okay, we could send you out. Okay, yeah. So let's see. You're the only one we've got currently. Let's send you up here. And what we're going to do is see about a ceasefire. Ceasefire, trade rights, and I'm not even going to ask for any money because I don't want them to go broke. All right, so they're going to take it. We are now at peace with Dunland. Now what I could do is get my armies together and head north towards Tharbad. I mean, ultimately I do want this, but I also want to help Dunland out. Now, they have attacked Tharbad, but I don't know exactly where. Okay, it's right here. So this settlement, Lond Dare, is under siege. Seasons until surrender are 8. They've got a tiny garrison. So let's get the scout up here to see what that looks like. Okay, and as usual, the AI is not exactly going for overkill here. They bought 3 units. And it's probably, what would it be, a family member inside? Yep. So even though he's like old, this is a solid unit, Merchant Guard, and I don't know how many men are in there. So they may not be able to take this settlement, and they may have just started a war for no reason. Just because we don't share a border anymore, they started feeling overconfident. Well, hey, I'll take the ceasefire, and maybe I can get these armies up here. Let's be a little audacious. We do have another scout somewhere in the region, I thought. You're over there. You're right here. Okay, great. Send you up through the trees. Let's see what kind of units we have. Okay, not too much, and then we'll move off and see what it looks like over in Tharbad. But we can send this army up, and what I would love to take, of course, is Tharbad itself and the surrounding forts. We'll get a bit of trade income from these, and we'll be able to project our power into the north to make sure that Tharbad doesn't cause any trouble, because they are upsetting the balance of power potentially in the region. At least the Reunited Kingdom is still holding on. They're still original 3 settlements in Numinas, Bree, and Amonsul. Dunabar has taken Fornost, but actually Reunited Kingdom has expanded up north into northern Arthedain. So, you know, this is looking okay between the 2 Dunedanic factions. Well, 3, I guess, Tharbad is. But Tharbad is potentially going to upset all of this. So I want to get my men in position to just to make sure everything's going to go smoothly here. All right, what have we got? Recruitment in Belligant, that's fine. Hornburg is a major province, and we've done our garrison farming down here. So we go for a local trader. That'll improve our trade income. And look at this. We're actually doing a lot of trade out of Dorwinion just by trading with the Hornburg. That's not even having any trade with Dunkreok, which we could at some point in the future. Fran of the Tall in Edoras. All right, so looking in between the turns here, I think what I want to do is take this guy down to the south. He's fairly young. He's tall. He seems like he'd be the right guy to send on a crazy mission like that. Because this guy's getting very, very old, and he needs to have sort of an understudy, if you will. So let's bring him right across the border here, and then we can probably send his cavalry on to get retrained. Okay, we want to bring some archers, I think. Let's see. We'll separate this out because I think we may have a couple of different armies. We're going to have like a good army and the army of dregs and reinforcements. Riders of the Mark, you're going to want retraining. And we can already mix some of these units together. All right, perfect. So you, and you will go back to Edoras, get retrained in a couple of turns. And then we'll just keep you around here in the north. What we want in the south for like really good stuff is like solid heavy cav. Like charging cav, not messing around cav. So I think I'm probably going to ditch like these Rohan spears. I think I'll keep the Rittermark scouts just because they're light cav, so we'll hold on to them. They're horse archers to complement the Kondian type. But yeah, let's take Rittermark spears, which have armor piercing. Take a couple units of them, a couple units of Riders of the Mark. So we'll take the real elites down. And let's see, do I want to have the bodyguard with this army or something completely different? All right, so this is what we're going to do. We've got basically two stacks here. We've got some room for mercenaries along the way, potentially. We've got a couple of family members. We've got them both in a single stack, and then we've got a bunch of other guys making up reinforcements. Two full stacks operating in the south should be enough for us to carve out some territory, or at least cause a lot of trouble without feeling so pressured to head back north immediately. We're still making a decent amount of money. We're nearing 100,000 in the bank, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Now, in Hornburg, in terms of building, I think the thing to start doing is getting on these low-cost things like consultation, which is going to help us decide what we're going to do with our settlement. Same thing over here in Dunfrecka. May as well do that. In Edoras, we no longer have a governor, so we're going to go ahead and put that back to its non-local governance. Now, we could decide for sort of specialization buildings right now, but let's go ahead and, again, work on some of the cheap stuff since that still remains to be done. Aldburg, same thing. Just get the fishing rights out of the way. We've got a bunch of money to do this stuff with. We just got, I think, an attuned governor here in Easthold. Yeah, so we can start spending some serious money here if we want to. But, you know, Easthold might be good to go for a road here. Although that'd put us a little bit over. So let's just go. Do we want to do financial here? Yeah, we may as well. All right, and then over in Belligant, we did our retraining. So we can get these guys together and sort of figure out what they're going to do and where they're going to potentially go, if anywhere. All right, so we've got a reasonable stack. I think I'll move east, and at some point we'll get a watchtower built so I can keep an eye on this settlement of Rune. It looks like, though, Rune might be gunning for North Rune, and that could be a big, big problem because we'd now have to protect them. Well, we'll see. If they go for it, it could be an opportunity for us to get a protectorate out of them. Let's just keep training men then. We need a lot of numbers again if we're gonna get protectorate stuff happening. So it could be not too far in the future. I think in terms of our income, that's probably where we want to be to end the season. All right, Dunland did take back Dunkreok. We are trading with them, so now we've got even more trade coming out of the outpost of Dorwinion. Yeah, 1,300. I think it was like at 1,100 or so, and it's going to even go up higher once this building is finished. All right, let's see what else is going on in the world. We've built our levees, done all these little one-turn projects, and made just about as much as we expected to make. So let's start these guys moving down into the south. Actually, we're going to need to split up these light cav, but you know what? Maybe I won't bother with them. We'll keep them up here, because it will be nice to have light cav that we can just sort of send anywhere. These are the guys we're going to retrain, and again, we're going to leave them right around in the centralized part of the realm in case Dunland decides to attack us again. Still got Lond Dare under siege, so let's get our scout. He's right here. I mean, we could try to get Dunhold right now.
Secrecy is assured.
We just got peace with them, though. Let's see about... okay, we got to get another emissary here. But let's see if we can maybe get a bit of money out of them. I will attack Tharbad. If you will give me a bit of cash, say 1,000. No, they don't trust me. Well, if they're going to say I'm an untrustful idiot, maybe I need to start acting like an untrustable idiot. Because I kind of want Dunhold anyway.
Captain.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I'm not going to have the movement points. Oh, what a bunch of jerks. That is so annoying. All right, well, we're at least here. We can theoretically take advantage of this, you know, in another season. We're not at war yet, but we're in a position to cause them a great deal of pain. Let's move our armies down into the south. We'll lead with the family members. No, actually, we should lead with these guys because they're not going to have as many movement points. We'll see just how far we need to get. Keep them kind of together. But taking a look into the south, yeah, Harondor is just doing great at keeping Harad busy, just pinning them in Ur. And over here, let's take a cruise around. No sieges. Pretty much everything is the same as we saw last time, although Khan has taken this, and they've taken this. Okay, so we do need to get over here. Because Khan, I'm glad we gave Far Harad this settlement, because Khan is coming on strong. All right, time for a watchtower. Looks like Rune is actually completely bypassing North Rune, and they're working around the north side of the Iron Hills, so they may eventually get over there. Oh yeah, okay. Dale is attacking the dwarves. That's right. Okay, okay. So maybe Dale is going to attack the Iron Hills. I'm not too worried about this. Again, Dale would need to get Moria, which they're not going to get. They would need to get the Blue Mountains, which they're not going to get. The dwarves are going to be fine. Let's just get our watchtower going. I think this is the best place for it. Yeah, we could march in and take this and gift it to North Rune if we wanted to, but maybe that would be something we want to wait and do until we can get them as a protectorate. All right. I think we want to do one more season here. I'll hold off on building so we can build up our economy again. And Dunland is not falling for it. It looks like they've moved their armies away from Dunhold so that I won't be able to just smack a garrison or smack the army that's outside the settlement there. All right. Still got Tharbad settlement under siege. And we've got a ceasefire with Dunland, Harad, and the Reunited Kingdom. That's all fine. All right, and they're besieging Greyholm. Good for them. All right, nothing looking too different up here. They are besieging, I'm assuming this is Tharbad, besieging Lastbridge. All right, let's move off. Okay, good thing we're not at war, but we're still close enough that they could, I guess, turn around to attack us if they really wanted. I don't think they do. I don't think they're feeling at all strong enough to do that. But, you know, we should, since we're moving the army further away, we should keep training. And maybe we can even go with some building somewhere. So yeah, Hornburg, we're going to go military. I just never don't go military with Hornburg. And we'll get some more light cav, I suppose. Just to have it to quickly send it wherever it needs to go. We do have Dorwinion heading back towards us. Looks like they have just about a full stack. And they've got an army that's right outside our settlement. I'm really not that concerned about them actually taking it. I'm a little more concerned about this army. So what do I want to do? Maybe set up here, try to do an ambush. We can grab some more slingers. That'll fill out our army to a full stack. And this is, you know, it's probably a decent mix. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, we actually got an ambush. Like a for real ambush. Yeah, this is an okay mix. It's a lot of, like, Easterlings, but that's 110 men per unit, and there's actually a lot of cavalry here. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Rovanian scouts, 1, 2, 3 of the Eastland Raider levies. So that's 7 units of cav. That's going to be a little irritating to deal with. The thing they don't have at all is long range, except for 1 unit of archers. So this will be fun. This will be an actual ambush battle. So I am looking forward to this. But that will have to wait for the next episode, folks. Until then, take care. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll check me out in that next one. Bye-bye.